What's up, everybody? This is Roxy, Firewife Lawyer Mom, and this is going to be part 2 of my preschool hands-on learning curriculum video. And this video this is part 2 because if you didn't get to watch part 1, I will link it in the description box below. Definitely hit subscribe and like to this video if you want to see more. But I'm going to be showing you in this next video some math and language arts curriculum for preschool that you could use either whether you're doing distance learning and you want to supplement, or whether or not you've decided that because of all of this COVID craziness, you want to be able to teach your child at home. It really is an easy thing to do, and I'll show you some practical ways that you can bring preschool and bring learning alive to your home. All right, so stay tuned. I'm going to put the camera I'm going to put the camera down so you guys can see what I have to offer.
All right, everybody, so now we're gonna look at math. So what do we need for a preschooler for math? Now, just to let you guys know, and I'm going to link it on the description box, there is a book that has a bunch of activities. It's by Kate Snow, and I think it's called Preschool Math, but I'm gonna link it. It's also have some other great ideas, and I do love her books. She has some great books for older ones as well, but you could also use that for activities. So what I'm gonna show you here is what I do with my preschooler to teach her math. And like I said, I'm a working mom. I don't have time to do all of this crazy, math lessons and all of this stuff. And really what preschoolers need to know is counting, sorting and things like that, and patterns and shapes and stuff like that. It's really basic. So we don't need to overwhelm ourselves with this complicated scenario of math activities. So what I have here is, I showed you guys earlier in this video, the pattern blocks that I purchased. Okay, and they are, just to move things around here, they are right here. This is my pattern blocks, little box here. And so what they do is they create all of these different shapes and different animals. So they use the pattern blocks to determine, to match. So it's good for matching, it's good for sorting, and then they're building these actual animals. And what's great is once they're done building, they're gonna count how many of each shape that they used, and you could either laminate these, like I laminated some of them, so that they can go ahead with a dry erase marker and write in. So we have dogs and donkeys and elephants and cows, all kinds of things that they could do. And this is a great math activity. I spread these out in the dining table, and my daughter goes from chair to chair designing these different things. And you wouldn't believe how much time she spends on this. And so even if you have another child that you're working with, that may be an older child that you're helping with distance learning or homeschooling, you can put your younger preschooler to do this, and it'll give you some time to work with the other child as well. Another idea that I have is, again, these are another set of pattern blocks that I also got from the Target dollar spot with these little mats. It comes together and they can build trains and butterflies and houses, all kinds of things for that. The next activity that I have is jelly bean math. Now, who doesn't love jelly beans? Now, if your child likes to eat jelly beans and you're afraid that they're gonna eat the jelly beans, you might need to do this activity with them. But my daughter doesn't really like jelly beans. She just likes to play with them, then eat them. So this is a really cool thing. So you just get a bunch of colorful jelly beans, and I found these great printables for free, and I will link them in the description box. But it's basically all different kinds of activities that you can do with jelly beans. So they can color how many they found. And so let's say they have like a bunch of green ones, they can color the green one, and then they can place here all the green jelly beans that they found in the bag, okay? Then we have this one I laminated so I could reuse it. And so it's a jelly bean graph. So they're going to take their jelly bean that they find in this bag, and they're gonna put all the yellow ones here, or the red ones, the pink ones, and then once they're done, they're going to count how many they found. So this is another great, like I said, easy activities that they can do. You could also do it for color sorting. So how many pink, how many white, all of those things. Then even something simpler, you could just have these circles and they put all of the jelly beans that they find in the circles. So Jelly Bean Math is a classic. I mean, it's been used forever, and I definitely recommend that as well. This one is just for a little bit more advanced preschooler, but this I found also at the Target dollar spot, and definitely look there every so often because you can find a lot of really cool learning resources. And this one is great because they're little mats and it teaches them addition. So what they do is they take the little animals and they match it, and it helps them to do word problems. So not word problems, but regular math problems. See guys, I'm not a teacher, so I don't know all the terminology, but it's great because you put all the little animals and you teach them 4 plus 4, and they actually hold them in their hands. This is great for tactile learners, people that need to learn by just doing something. So I use that. Then I also have a bunch of counting activities. So what I did is I took these little jars. So I made these little jars and they have numbers on them. And so what they're gonna do is I lay all of these jars out. Now, you don't have to start with 13 and 14. You could start really with small numbers, and I'll show you what I have. And then I just got these little bingo chips, and you could get them on Amazon. And so what they're gonna do is you lay them all out, all the numbers out. Let me get an easy one. And so that's number 5. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna put 5 in the jelly bean jar, okay? So 1, 2, and then, so what I usually do is you could start doing this with them, but then after they get the hang of it, you can increase the number, and also you can let them do everything on their own, and then you would check their work at the end. So you would check to see if they did everything correctly. So like I said, I lay it all out, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I don't have them in order right now, but you can get the point. You just take the tokens and you put in how many jelly beans how many of the counters in each of the jars. So that's another awesome activity. And like I said, they are learning math doing these activities. You don't need a worksheet. You don't need anything like that. It's just hands-on learning. Also for shapes. So you want them to learn how to draw their shapes. So what I do is I got these great little connect the dot type of shape tracing worksheets. I laminated them so they can use them over and over again. And my daughter practices the shapes. What I love about these is it has numbers on each of the corners so that they learn how to draw them in the correct order. So I've got all types of shapes here. As you can see, my daughter was working on these as well. Another great math activity also is this little board. Now this is for a little bit more advanced, kind of almost going into kindergarten type of age, but this is a number board, and what it does is it comes with these little tiles, and I'm not gonna take them all out because it's kind of crazy. But it has all kinds of numbers, and you could just take out, you know, the numbers, the beginning numbers, and so what they'll do is they'll just match the number into the square. Okay, and so, you know, they would put the 1 up here, the 2, the 3, and so they would match the numbers, and you could increase as you go along. You can also use this board for an older student if you want to teach them skip counting. So you would have them just put, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, so that they can learn that as well. So this is pretty versatile, but again, this would be for more of a child going in to VPK. Or into kindergarten. So that would be that. Then I also have, this is a simple DIY activity, but I have these great little just paper plates. And so what they'll do is they'll use the counting bears that I talked about earlier. So let's say, okay, this plate, what does it say? It says 2. So how many do I need to put in the plate? I need to put 2 bears. So I would have the child count 1, 2. So how many do I need to put in plate number 1? 1 bear. And you don't even have to buy these counting bears. You could use, you know, you could use all, you know, buttons, things that you have around the house, cotton balls. You know, you could take the cotton balls and paint them and put the, you know, have the kids do that, or popsicle sticks, anything that really you could find around the house that they could do. So this is another super simple activity. And you would lay all of them around. We usually do all of our activities in the dining table. All right, so couple more things for math that I have. I found these great little shape things at the Target Dollar Spot also. This is another thing I found at Target Dollar Spot. It's just basically all of the numbers and shapes. And again, you can put like these numbers all around. Let me show you. So you could put numbers, just lay them out and have the child put the amount of bears that it sees in the number. So if there's 6, they're gonna put 6 bears in there. I mean, this is how easy it is to teach your child. It's really not hard, guys. 1, 2. So that's, that is teaching them math. So that's all I have for math. All right, so now we're gonna go into language arts. Now, when I was a mom and just dropping off my child at school, I had no idea what language arts consisted of. I was like, is that reading? Is that what is language arts? But I kind of figured it out. It's basically, reading and word recognition and sounds and phonics and all kinds of things. I don't know the exact definition, but anyway, again, I'm a mom, not a teacher. So what I have for language arts for preschool is what's super important. And if you want to check out my reading, how to teach your child how to read video, that goes into kind of the order of how I taught my child how to read. But these are just activities that kind of reinforce reading and language and all of those kinds of things. So I have a couple of worksheets now. I know that for the most part, I like to do manipulatives, but I do like to incorporate some kind of worksheets. And I am going to put in the description box, if you are a type of person that wants a workbook, that wants to have worksheets and things like that, I am going to give you some recommendations of workbooks that I have used that are really, really fantastic. You can also check out my other videos on, things to do over the summer resources. I also have another video on learning resources and things like that I will link as well. But here are some other ones that you can use. So this one is great. It's by the Moffat Girls. I really love the Moffat Girls, and I'm going to link her Teacher Pay Teacher site, but she really has some great activities. And this one's a great one. It's Dab the Letter A, so it's letter recognition. So they take a dot marker and they put a dot next to all of the letter A's. And so I have for all the different letters, uppercase and lowercase. So you can have them do one of these a day. I also have this great one, and this one is, it's color the short vowel sounds. So when they're learning how to read, the first vowel sounds that they're gonna learn are the short vowel sounds, because they're going to be doing very short 3-letter words that are what we call CVC words, which are words that they can decode and be able to read on their own. So it's consonant, vowel, consonant, which is what CVC means. So what's great about this is that it has a little color chart. So it teaches them, color recognition as well. So all of the words that you see that have the short sound, you're going to put a red dot. So they get their dot markers, which I had showed you at the beginning, and they're going to look at the word nut. So what sound does that make? Nut. So it makes the short U sound. So that you're gonna put a red. Then it has, the O sound and the sound, the sound, the S sound and the sound. So that is a great thing, because once they color it, they're actually gonna be helping to color this little schoolhouse. So I will link the Teacher Pay Teacher site that I got this on, but I believe she has some free ones that you can print out as well. Now I'm not gonna go in any particular order with my activities for language arts, because I didn't wanna have to put it in order of difficulty. I'm a little bit short for time, but these little mats are awesome. So when a child is learning how to read, not only do they have to learn the beginning sounds of words, but they also have to learn what they also have to be able to recognize the sounds that the letter makes in the middle and at the end. And I didn't realize this until I actually started to teach my child how to read, because I always thought, okay, A is for apple. They've got to learn that A is makes the sound, so it starts with A. But not only do they need to learn the beginning sound, they have to learn all of the sounds, because when they're reading, they've got to be able to recognize what letter goes in here that gives them the word that corresponds with the picture. So what's great is I take these little tiles that I got, and I could link these on the description box. And so what they're gonna do is they're gonna look at the picture. What is that? That's a Rex. Oh, a Rex. What is that last sound that I'm making? X, x. So they can either write it in if they know how to write, or they can get one of the tiles and match it in here. Okay, so again, tux, fox. So these are all the X sounds. Then we go into the T sounds. Jet, jet, hut. So what is that sound that they make at the end, right? And so this will help them with that. So I've got a bunch of those mats, and this is again something you could spread on the dining table and they can do on their own. I also have for CVC words, which are, and check out my reading video because I go through CVC words and when you're supposed to teach them this, but this is already once they've really mastered their letters and their letter sounds and are able to do 2-letter blends, then you can move into these CVC words. But these CVC building mats are awesome. They're also from the Moffitt girls, and what they do is you're going to put the magnetic letters. So these are the magnetic letters that I showed you earlier. And so you're going to get all of them and match them here and place them here for the child. So what they're going to do is they're going to look at the picture and they're going to spell out the word. So what is that? A man. So what does it start with? M. So they're going to put the M here. Then they're going to put the A there. And what's the ending sound? No. So this is already, once they've kind of really mastered their letter sounds, mastered reading, it's just a great reinforcement. So this is going to be more for your almost kindergartner, if they're even an advanced preschooler, they can do these. And you'll probably have to do them with them for a couple of sessions, but then they'll be able to get the hang of it. Here is another activity that I do, and this is for the beginning sounds. So we're looking at bat. So what does that sound start with? And so they're going to take the whatever the letter is. So I have this activity came with these little cards and I just laminated them. And they're going to match it with whatever it is that the letter starts with, that the word starts with. So I don't even know if I have it here, but you guys get the point. So this is another great activity. And what I do is I'll link the description for these little folders that I have that I keep all of these activities in, if you guys are interested in purchasing them, because this is a great way. This is what I call, or a lot of people call it shelf work, but I don't really have room for a shelf to put all of these activities. So I like to store them here and then put them in a little box and file them away. And it's much easier and takes up less space. Again, these are more of those ending sound mats. Then this is another great one. This is a free printable from JD Alvarez. And so what I did is I already set aside the magnetic tiles, that the magnetic letters that go with this. But basically you're going to ask them to give you the beginning sound of each of these objects. So apple. So they're going to take the A here, and they're going to put it on top. Elephant, and then they're going to take the E right here and they're going to place it on top. And so these are other good little mats that you can also use to start with those beginning sounds. Then I have this is a very simple for the beginning preschooler, and this is a wonderful little mat. And it's just matching the big letters with the little letters. So you're going to, again, use the magnetic tiles, the uppercase, and you're going to have all the uppercase on the table, and they're going to match it with the lowercase. This is another great one that I found online for free. And these are like little cards, and they have pictures. And the pictures are really colorful and cute. And so what I have my daughter do is I do a lot of things with these. So I have her match, so this is a tomato. So she's going to look, and I spread out all of these letters. She's going to look for the letter and match it with the word. Okay, so she's just going to do that, and that's an activity that literally gives you like 15 minutes of freedom because they really get engaged with wanting to match everything together. Then also you can match the uppercase with the lowercase. So you just lay it all out and they would go ahead and do all of that matching. So this is another great activity. Sorry that my table's getting a little bit full, but I'm just trying to show you all that I have. The next one is Bingo. So these are bingo boards that I got from Amazon, and they're just picture bingo, but I use this for language arts teaching. So what they're going to do is they're going to look at the picture and tell me what letter it starts with, and again put the magnet letter on top of the board. Also, you can even, for the simplest preschooler, you can even, because it comes with these little cards, because it is a bingo game, and so you can even take it and tell them to match the picture with whatever's on the board, and so they can do that as well. So like, you know, match the cow with the cow, you know, and this is really easy for a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old to master, because it's just really simple matching. All right, then we're going to go through patterns. So this is a little bit of math, but also, you know, visual discrimination type of things, and so this is also, you know, just what comes next in the pattern. So they would look at all of the little squares, and they would match, see, like the calculator. So it's calculator, toaster, what comes next? The calculator. So they would pull out that card and put it in there. Then I got these on Amazon as well, and these go well with the counting bears that you buy, and they're little counting pattern mats. So what's great is you again lay these all out on the dining table. Red bear, blue bear, red bear, what comes next? So they're gonna put the blue bear from, you know, the manipulatives that you have, and they're gonna fill it out. So these are also a great activity. I will link these as well, and it has all different kinds of patterns: AABB, AABB, ABAB, all of those kinds of things. And that is pretty much all that I have. I hope I was able to show you enough stuff for you to be able to do on your own with your preschooler. Again, I will be linking some workbooks as well if you really want to have worksheets to do. I've got a little morning worksheet also that if you want to kind of warm them up as well, that I will link in the description box. So I hope that this video was helpful for your preschooler. Please let me know if you like these activities, you know, what kind of activities you use with your preschooler, or any other ideas that I can add on to this. I do have a rising kindergartner, so I'm not going to need so much of this, but I wanted to share with you guys what I used with her, and I tell you that she has grown leaps and bounds in just a few months with all of these activities that I did with her. So anyway, subscribe to my channel. Some more videos are coming up, and I'm so excited to share with you my journey in homeschooling, my journey. I've got a lot of things happening in life that's changing now, so I want to document all of that and share it with you. So come and join my community, like this video, subscribe. Thank you so much, and also let me know how I can pray for you. Take care, everybody. God bless you. Bye-bye.